Well, it's hard to believe, but it has been 20 years since the devastation you see here. A powerful tornado, one that is rare in Maryland, tore through La Plata, taking several lives and leaving a lifetime impact on this community. We know that when a natural disaster like this hits, it is something that a community never forgets.
And tonight, we're in La Plata to remember and reflect on this somber anniversary with those of you who lived through it.
Christina Mendez is live in downtown La Plata with stories from survivors and how they rebuilt their homes. Christina?
People I spoke with today reflecting on this day 20 years ago tell me that they remember those dark clouds coming across the sky and then the sound of a freight train, which we know is the infamous sound of a tornado closely following behind. This town was changed forever, but the mayor does tell me there's been some preparation over all these years to make sure this town is prepared if this were to ever happen again.
You wouldn't recognize this town if you drove through it.
I mean, I know everything will be rebuilt.
20 years ago, a powerful tornado tore through La Plata in Charles County. People were left picking up the pieces of their homes, their businesses, and their places of worship. Janine James and her family lived through it. She's now the mayor of this small town.
But the community came together, and that's what I remember the most about the tornado.
Over the days, weeks, and months following the destruction,
your mind, I don't think, can really take in what buildings were gone.
One nail at a time, tied together the face of La Plata again. Marty Martin's Auto Repair, a business in town for 100 years now, was blown over by the storm in just seconds.
Luckily, it happened at a time that the town was pretty much closed.
Sadly, that Sunday at 7 p.m. did not spare everyone. These 3 benches memorialize the people who died from the storm.
The widow of one of the victims came in. It was very touching. She started crying, and I did too, of course.
On the anniversary, author Anthony Puzzilla is releasing a new book, sharing stories of the heartbreak and heroism in La Plata.
I decided to write the book to celebrate the recovery of the town.
A town that does not want to be remembered for the devastating tornado, but how it was able to rebuild.
A child's bear is recovered in the debris of the tornado, reminding all of us that a cherished friend, once lost but now found, is a joy forever.
And in just 20 minutes from now, La Plata will commemorate the 20th anniversary with a ceremony here at Town Hall. There will also be a moment of silence for those who lost their lives. I'm reporting live from La Plata tonight. I'm Christina Mendez for WJZ.
Thank you, Christina. Moving to see what a tight-knit community that is.
For sure. Let's go down to meteorologist Meg McNamara with a closer look at just how powerful that tornado in La Plata was.
We're looking back at the La Plata tornado 20 years later. So just after 7 o'clock in the evening, this tornado touched down. It tracked across Charles and Calvert counties. This particular graphic actually showing us a view from above of the line of this damage. So this tornado was moving right around 45 to 55 miles an hour. We have to talk about the strength, though. So this was an F4. Peak winds were between 206 and 260 miles an hour. It is so rare that we see that level of tornado here in Maryland. We get a lot of EF0s when we even talk about the tornadoes that we see here. And it was on the ground, though, for nearly 70 miles. So this path was extensive. 5 people lost their lives that night, 3 of whom were in Maryland, and there were over 120 injuries reported. So certainly a tornado worth remembering even 20 years later. Back to you.